This was a form of torture only the Germans used. The deserter's feet were locked in iron chains, and the other end of the chain was nailed to a huge boulder. His comrades left him just a few bullets and a small amount of food, and his mission was to stop Soviet soldiers with his life. As soon as his teammates turned and left, he raised his sniper rifle and aimed at them, but they had already vanished deep into the forest. His most urgent task right now was to find a way to break free from the chain. He immediately raised his sniper rifle and fired a shot at the chain. The intense pain made him scream. The chain was too thick. The bullet couldn't cut through it. He had to rummage through his backpack for another solution, and that's when he found a pair of glasses. Suddenly, an idea struck him. He carefully took out the two lenses and stacked them together. Then he broke off a pine branch, scraped off some pine resin with his knife, chewed it soft in his mouth, and stuck it around the edges of the lenses to hold them in place. He inserted another pine branch and poured some water into the gap between the two lenses. Just like that, he had made a simple magnifying glass. He piled dry moss next to the iron nail and used the lenses to focus sunlight onto the moss. Soon the moss caught fire. He quickly gathered dry branches from around him and threw them into the fire to make it burn hotter. Once the branches burned out, he splashed cold water onto the heated stone. The extreme temperature difference cracked the surface of the boulder. He tried to pull the nail out, but it was still firmly embedded. He didn't give up. Instead, he repeated the process of heating the stone and splashing it with cold water over and over. Little by little, more of the nail was exposed. Before long, a clear hole had formed in the rock. With just a few more tries, he would be able to pull the nail free. Around midday, he was crouching by the boulder eating from a can when he suddenly heard the roar of an engine in the distance. He instantly grabbed his sniper rifle and looked toward the sound, spotting a Soviet military vehicle driving by not far away. Luckily, they didn't notice him, but that also meant Soviet troops were close, and he had to hurry. To make matters worse, he was running out of dry branches. If he didn't escape soon, even if the Soviets didn't find him, he would freeze to death here. His food was almost gone too, and there was only 1 cup of water left in his metal canteen. This was his last chance. He took out all his remaining bullets and scraped all the gunpowder inside into a metal can. He poured the gunpowder into the crack in the stone, covered the opening with a small rock, tossed in a burning clump of moss, and quickly ducked away. The gunpowder exploded violently, sending up a cloud of white smoke. He rushed over to check right away, but the nail still hadn't loosened. Frustrated and desperate, he lifted a large stone with both hands and slammed it against the nail again and again. On the final blow, the nail finally began to give way. Gritting his teeth, he used every last bit of strength and gave a violent yank. The nail was finally pulled out. He was free at last.